I'm Jay Rigney. I'm a Ngadjuri woman, a member of the Ngadjuri board. We want developers to respect the Ngadjuri people and our land. My ancestors, my grandmothers, my kids, their kids, country.
Our country and what it means to us. When we look at hills, the environment within that country, cultural waterways, the trees, the bushes, the artefacts, the insects, all play a part within our storylines. These stories have been handed down from generation to generation to generation. Hello, my name is Quentin Agus. I'm the chairperson of Ngadjuri Nations Aboriginal Corporation. Ngadjuri Nations Aboriginal Corporation speak for all Ngadjuri people. Before you start any development proposal, it is essential your first call is to Ngadjuri Nations Aboriginal Corporation. We, Ngadjuri people, feel strongly about our country and any development, any ground disturbance that happens on Ngadjuri country. You'll find once you talk to the Ngadjuri board that you will see that we are easy to get on with. We are not against development. Our living cultural areas need to be protected. And in working with yous, we hope to achieve a good outcome for all.
In my experience of over 15 years of working with Indigenous people and developers in cultural heritage management, both in the US and in Australia, I've seen a lot of different approaches and I've seen a lot of different outcomes. And one of the things that stands out to me most as being terribly important is early and upfront and respectful consultation, because too many times and very, very regularly, consultation with Aboriginal people is left till the very last thing that developers will do, and that's when it can be costly and cause problems. Whereas if people are consulted early, aware of the process, treated respectfully, things usually go very smoothly, and it avoids a lot of delays, a lot of problems, and it also just creates a more trusting and respectful relationship. So that's one of the more important things I'd like to point out. And cultural landscape is an integral part of well-being for Aboriginal people from what I've seen. I've witnessed the changes that have happened to people going on to country, and the PhD research I'm doing deals specifically with emotion and the effect that being on country can have on people's well-being. And I think, one person's well-being spreads to the community, and the cultural landscape and being on country, I think, is an integral part of social well-being.
My name is Vincent Branson. I'm a representative of the Ngadjuri group. Our country goes from the beautiful countries like this in the Barossa Valley to the Clare Valley, up towards Quorn, Craddock, O'Leary, Redbanks, coming back to the Barossa Valley again. Our concern is that when developers come on our country, that they do everything with everybody else first, and they don't recognise us as the traditional owners of country. We're always last in line. What we want to do from our perspective, from the Ngadjuri's perspective, is just say that you want to develop a relationship with us, then you need to recognise us in the first instance. If you don't recognise us and then all of a sudden we come right down the track, then our feelings towards you is not very good, you know what I mean? So we want to, if you want to develop that relationship, let's get in contact with us in the first instance and say, look, we're interested in some of the areas, this is who we are, and this is how we can go about doing what we need to do, but we want to do it respectfully in relationship with you. Build that relationship up from the start. Don't bring us on board as the last thought. There's a conflict straight up because you didn't recognise us as the original owners of country. So we're trying to say to all land developers, whatever field you're in, Don't just bring us on board as an afterthought, because we're not an afterthought. We've been here for over 60,000 years. Well, as far as I'm concerned, since time began. We've got a strong connection to our country. You need to come and sit at the table with us in the beginning, so we can sit down and we can walk you through our feelings, our knowledge of country. We've got general knowledge of country. We know where certain things are within our country. We've got a responsibility to look after that. That's our responsibility, given to us as the next generation, and the next generation will have that responsibility, and the generation after that will have that responsibility. And come and sit at the table with us. If you don't want to sit at the table with us, come and sit on country with us. We will talk to you. We're not going to be hostile towards you, but if you treat us as an afterthought, then the talks don't sit well with us. Get in contact with us straight away, and then say, well, look, we've got a lawyer that you can speak to. We've got a chairperson you can speak to. We'd rather you speak to the chairperson first up, and then say, well, what's your interest in that country, and whereabout are you going to go on our country? So all I'm asking you from the beginning, just recognise us from the beginning. Make the calls, do the right and proper protocol stuff. Get in contact with us, and we'll talk. Before you even go any further down the track, bring us on board so we can speak to you and we can speak to anybody else that you're speaking with. We can be a support to you, so we want to work together.